Britain was once a class-ridden society. In the age of Victoria, different social classes can be distinguished by the inequalities in such areas as power, authority, wealth, working and living conditions, and lifestyles. Today, a modified class structure still clearly remains in existence in the following areas. Now let us take a look at what people think about these social phenomena. Mila is a vibrant young girl. She loves reading in her spare time and shows great interest in the study of social class in Britain.
Class separation is not as evident as it was 100 years ago, but it is still there. For example, I was recently in a hotel in London, and I get to see all these nice people eating nice food, but the price that they're paying for this hotel can never be afforded by the people earning wages just enough to survive. And if you just get to scroll down the streets of London, you see a huge difference between houses that are in the central parts or in good locations and in houses that are occupied by people with lower incomes. So there is obviously division, a separation between classes.
Social class remains the strongest predictor of educational achievement in the UK. Mr. Martin, who has been a teacher for many years, will also give his insight into this controversial topic.
Our society seems to split into two. It has education for the elite, and it's called Oxford and Cambridge. On the other hand, you have an education system for the vast majority who are going to be led, and that's called state education and Aston University. I've been asked whether I'm angry about the class system. I think that's probably the wrong adjective, really. I'm disappointed, I'm aware of it, I don't think it's fair. On the other hand, I've benefited from what we would call a post-Second World War enthusiasm to make things different, to open up universities to people like me.
Kiki is a postgraduate student who majors in European studies.
The 100th anniversary of the sinking of the Titanic approached me to rethink the idea of class divisions in the UK. Because for one thing that stood out for me in the film was the shock, really, of the fact that class division was such an important issue that so many people lost their lives because they weren't considered of a high enough class as other people, and so weren't allowed in the lifeboats and then subsequently died. There is evidence of class divisions in society, especially in the UK. For example, with the train tickets, you can see at the top maybe that it says standard, and there's two different divisions in trains in the UK, first class and standard section of the train. I don't think there's a particular stigma attached to it either, to which part of the train you sit on. For example, I don't feel looked down on by first-class passengers for sitting in the standard section of the train. For example, of other countries who just don't have it and have maybe altogether better standards, better quality of trains, that just shows how unnecessary it is and how it could easily be abolished.
Social class system still dominates many important aspects of life. Although people claim that it's not fair and even makes them angry, they still have to admit that they benefit from the huge changes this system brought about. Maybe we should leave it for the river of history to judge.